Hi, this is Michael Leander. I am right now in a very, very interesting place with a very interesting person. I'm in outside of Beirut in the wonderful country of Lebanon. And a few days ago I finished a seminar here in Beirut, and there I met some interesting people. One of the very interesting people I met, I'm here with now. He has done something that I think is absolutely amazing, and I've asked him here to share some of his marketing and innovation experience. His name is Maher Mezher. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. He is the head of marketing for First National Bank, which is one of the contenders in Lebanon. Hello.
Hi, Mark.
Hi. Good to have you. I'm good, thank you.
Pleasure's mine.
First of all, could you tell the camera who you are and what your background is?
So, as you said, my name is Maher Mezher, and I've been working in the banking industry for 16 years. 3 other banks in Lebanon, 1 international bank. I've studied at St. Joseph University, which is a French university, and then at ESA, École Supérieure des Affaires, with 2 diplomas, one from Paris, the SCP, and one from Lebanon, which are masters in marketing.
Ah.
So my field is pure marketing. I'm an opera singer, I'm a tenor.
Oh, really? Wow, can we test that?
If you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
And I always say that you need to have an artistical part when you are in marketing.
Yes.
In order to innovate, you need to think like an artist. That's what I always say. I've been working for a few years with First National Bank, and I can tell you that the 2 innovative products that I've always wanted to launch were refused by 2 other Lebanese banks. And when I decided to move into First National Bank, I told the chairman during my interview, Mr. would you accept to launch 1 or 2 innovative products such as the fertility loan? He said, yes, you have my word. And that was the reason why I moved to First National Bank.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And let's just see if the camera can catch this, because in fact you've done not just 1, but 2 pretty amazing things. And let me just show this, if you can see this. Now, this says FNB, that's the name of the bank, the talk of the world. And here you see all of the television stations and media who covered the innovation that you came up with. And the first one we're going to talk about, what is that? Plastic surgery loan, and
yes.
Why is that important to First National Bank?
You know, Michael, as a professor at St. Joseph University, as a part-time professor at St. Joseph University, I conduct studies. And the major study that I conducted in Lebanon and was interesting was what were the consequences of the Lebanese war on the consumer behavior. And we found 2 major results. One of them was, because of the war, people were wounded.
Yeah.
So they needed to have reconstructive surgery. And again, because of the war, people were living like stress, anxiety, and so on. So when the war finished, they wanted to live fully the life. So they decided to become beautiful. They decided to take care more of their appearance. So these results showing that people were wounded, they needed reconstructive surgery. And because people were stressed for 30 years, they needed to live more. So they need to put more attention on the external appearance. It showed a very high number on people wanting to take care of themselves. So that's why when we defined the needs, we decided to launch the plastic surgery. And it was really a big hit. The logos that you showed, which are more than 100 stations that they came to our offices and interviewed us, are only the stations that came and talked about plastic surgery in our offices. We've noticed that there are more than 300 TV, radio, blog, internet, website, newspaper, that they talked about the subject without coming to us. So they've seen it and they've talked about it. And I can tell you that the bank spent less than $50,000 on the advertising campaign. This is to say that when you have a new idea, you don't need a big budget to become the talk of the world.
Exactly. And so, one thing is the PR and the press coverage, because it's surely an innovation, a new way of thinking, I think, for very conservative industries such as the banking industry.
Yes, definitely.
And so someone who believes in return on marketing investment, I have to say, so is the product selling?
First, as you said, we wanted people to talk about us.
Yeah.
So bring up awareness.
Yeah.
Two, it was positioning the bank as a humanitarian bank.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So, and I'm going to tell you why, because the interest rate is very low compared to a personal loan. The interest rate on plastic surgery and fertility loan are 5%. Compared to another personal loan, it starts in Lebanon at 9%, going up to 14%. So we're not making a lot of money in terms of making profits. So it's positioning the bank as a humanitarian bank.
Yes.
And third, acquiring strategy. So the ROMI, return on marketing, was about acquiring customers that are working with other banks and they're not going to come to us because they are already working with another bank for years and years. The only way to acquire them is to have an innovative product that other banks don't have. So if they need a plastic surgery or a fertility loan and their banks are not offering, because we have the exclusivity of these ideas, we've signed and we have the patent with the Minister of Economy in Lebanon for 15 years.
Wow.
So they cannot do it, and if they have to do it, they have to change something in it.
Yeah.
So it is more as an acquiring strategy, acquiring customers that are working with other banks.
And it's working.
And it is working.
Yes, because your bank is growing.
It's true.
In fact, we're in new offices now, and I think you're building a new building somewhere.
Yes, the bank is building a new headquarters in Mathaf, and now the bank bought 2 new companies. One is for retail lending, one is for private banking and investment, CFC,
yeah.
and the other company is MECG. And now we're moving to a group, we're becoming a group, and I think the bank also is looking forward to buy a 3rd company. So we're growing, we're a young bank,
yeah.
10, 12 years only on the market, and we are growing and we are becoming among the alpha banks in Lebanon.
Fantastic. And so let's just talk finally here about the other one, because this was the one that we saw here before.
True.
This was the first one, and this was about the plastic surgery loan. Do you have applications? Because I think I need to apply for that, actually.
No, you don't need my copy.
Thank you so much, you're so kind. And then, for the second time, the world was talking about you, and this was about the fertility loan that you mentioned a few times. So that was also a success?
Yes, and the study that I just told you about, what were the consequences of the war on the consumer behavior, I found that 18.7%, which is almost 19% of the Lebanese couples cannot conceive because of the war.
Because of stress.
Stress, anxiety, and the chemicals that we had. Because Lebanese people are getting married late, so mid-30s. In Lebanon, we used to get married 20 years ago, in our early 20s.
Yeah.
And third, because of the lifestyle that we're living. So we're working hard, we're running out of time, so all the stress that we're living caused that. So they need IVF treatments, medical treatment, fertility treatments, and on top of that, the fertility loan does not only cover fertility problems, it covers stem cells, collection and preservation.
Wow.
And we are the first in the world financing at a 5% only collection and preservation of stem cells that you can use afterwards to cure chronic diseases like cancer, Parkinson and others. Yeah. So you just need to bring the stem cell and inject it. The third point that fertility loan covers is delivery expensive. So when a woman wants to deliver, she has no insurance. And the fourth part would be covering baby accessories. You know, you have to buy the room, the accessories, the bed, and so on. So from getting pregnant to delivering and baby accessories, the whole cycle was financed by FNB. And again, we were for the second time Talk of the World. We had more than 120 stations coming to our offices. CNN said in their report, a local bank in Lebanon that phone calls on our call center went up from 30 calls a day asking about 37 products, car loan, housing loan, and so on, up to 300 to 400 calls a day.
Wow, incredible.
This shows really the need of having money at a good interest rate. And here I would like to say that even the process was really studied, because people don't come to our branches. They go to their surgeon, to their doctor, they fill in the paper with a medical report, and we issue a check directly to the doctor.
Fantastic. I'm impressed. I'm even more impressed now than I were a couple of days ago when I learned about this the first time. But I wanna tell you to check out some of the stuff. I'm gonna write about this and give you some links that you could check out down here. And then I want to thank you so much for taking time out to meet me.
Thank you, Michael. It was a pleasure.
Likewise.